word from our sponsor. Advanced Elements is the leader in design and manufacturing of inflatable kayaks with cutting-edge technology and providing excellent customer service. All of their products are designed to give paddlers the tools they need at a value they deserve. Check them out at advancedelements.com or call toll-free at 866-262-9076.
Well, today, guys, we are going to test my modified ultralight. What I did is I put an Air Kayaks Mako DS drop stitch floor in here, and I wanted to see how it fit, and it fit like a charm. So we're going to get in it and do a quick test, make sure that everything is okay. I always do this in the pool just in case things go bad. And I'm in. Let's see how this fits. Oh yeah. Drop stitch floor works well. Do a little tip test here. I think we're good to go. Ready for tomorrow's test. Alright guys, what I'm doing now is my 24-hour inflation test. What I do is, if a boat hasn't been in the water in a long time, this ultralight has not been in the water in over a year and a half. So I'm doing a complete leak down test, so this will stay inflated for 24 hours. I'm planning on taking it out as part of the season 7 pre-test. So the ultralight will be in the water tomorrow, weather permitting, of course. So anyway, that's what this is going on right now. It's just a test. It's fully rigged up. Everything is where it should be. And the only difference again is I put a drop stitch floor in there, because that was my only complaint with this craft. I love the lightness, but I didn't like the soft floor, that foam thing. And then I put a stock sport floor in it. That's the one with the ribs, and that worked great. And that's in my other ultralight. And then in this ultralight, I went ahead and tried today the new drop stitch floor. Now what I did do, and I'm going to show you right here, it should show up, is I put my alignment marks in. As you can see, let me get this boat over here. You see the alignment marks? I've got the alignment marks all done. And that helps me when I'm on location. I just flip it over before I put the seat in and go ahead and align the floor. And that way when I get to launch, I know it's straight and it's going to track right. So that's one of the tips and tricks that I talked about in other videos. But this one here, I just did because I never had a drop stitch floor in the craft. It was always that black foam floor. That's hard to say. That was in this craft. However, and I'm going to move the camera so you can see those markings better. So like I said, I have these alignment markings, and that's these right here. Let me get this boat up so you can see them. And you can see, oops, go this way. That's the one at the front and the one at the back, and there's markings on both sides. And that keeps the floor lined before you go out. And that's one of Mr. D's tips and tricks that you guys can put into your repertoire. But it really works. I've been doing that to all my craft that have drop stitch floors, and it's really working out really well. So hey guys, we'll see you on the water. Hello and welcome to Paddling Florida Adventures. I'm your host, Mr. D. Hey, we are out on the modified ultralight today as part of the pre-checks for my upcoming season 7. I can't believe it's been 7 years since I've been an ambassador for Advanced Elements, and then I've had my channel up for 7 years. It's really great. And basically what we're doing is we're prepping all the boats to make sure that they are sound and not leaking and have no problems whatsoever. Now, I have yet to have a problem in 7 seasons with a particular boat in pre-season checks. Now, I have had a couple of issues way back in the day with my straight edge, and that was my fault, as I was overinflating it. So anyway, I was talking about modified. Now the modification that I did, guys, is I put a drop stitch floor in the ultralite. Now, because I don't like the ultralite just because of the floor. That's the only reason. Other than that, the boat is awesome. I enjoy the heck out of it. But I don't like the foam floor that comes with the boat. I don't like the way my buttocks sags down in the boat and making target for gators. And not that that would happen, but I don't want to make that happen. So I kind of didn't use this craft, which is unfortunate because it's a great boat. And so what I decided to do yesterday is I said, I'm going to pull the floor out of the Air Kayaks Mako DS because it has a different shape to it than a standard floor. Because I was always warned that if you put a drop stitch floor in the ultralite, it can stretch out the outer hull. And I didn't want to do that. So this one had a different shape to it. It kind of goes like this. And it dropped in here. It did perfect. It's a lower profile than the standard drop stitch floors that we all have. It's not as high, but you can put 5 pounds of air or 6 pounds of air in it. And I'm in it right now, and it is working out fabulous. And this is what I wanted to find out today. So anyway, hey, we're going to continue our paddle. The sun is just starting to come up. As you know me, I like to get out here really early in the morning. And I'm also checking the tracking. And I did put the tracking marks on the boat. And I'm checking, it looks like it's veering to the right. Or that could be the wind. I'm going to get into a spot going up against the wind and see if that tracking issue is strictly a wind issue, because when I stop like this, it tracks pretty straight, and then I'm getting a slight breeze, and being this is an ultralight, it gets pushed around pretty easy. So anyway, we'll be back in a bit. Well, guys, we have been out paddling around, having a good time. Man, it is hot out here. I mean, it is only, right now, it is 7:48, and it is 82 degrees right now. That's crazy. But
could you try again?
I love Siri, the way she pops into my watch and starts telling me what's going on. Anyway, we got a lot done. Did a paddle by shots and stuff like that because I wanted to test out the 360-degree turns with the drop stitch floor in it. And it is a little slower than what it normally does, but it still does a great job. It's nothing as fast as the Airvolution Sport and the standard Airvolution. Those turn on a dime. But I am not complaining. It has a very nice turn. I'll do another one for you right now. It's just a little slower. My camera lost me, I was turning too fast. But it is slower on a 360, but not as bad. I think it is a little slower with the drop stitch floor in it than with it not in it. Now, that doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I can't remember, to be honest with you guys. It's been a year and a half since I've been in this boat, and I definitely wanted to do the experiment on the drop stitch floor, and it seems to be working fine. And this boat is just so light that any wind's going to push you all over the place. I thought it was tracking. I checked the tracking on it, you know, my tracking marks that you saw in the beginning of the video when I was setting the drop stitch floor up, and they're aligned. So again, it must be the wind, and it doesn't take much wind because this boat is so light. But as long as you stay in a paddle stroke, pretty much, it does a good job. I mean, it doesn't have to be a crazy paddle stroke, just a nice, easy one as you're seeing me do here. Keeps the boat really on track. Now, let me stop it and see if it's gonna go right on me. I'm going into the wind right now, and it went straight. So it was definitely the wind that was blowing me to the right. Anyway, we're gonna continue our paddle, and we'll be back in a bit. Well, hey guys, we're going to wrap it up out here at Paddling and Pedaling Florida Adventures on the test of adding a drop stitch floor to the Ultralite. And it actually worked out pretty good. It did affect tracking a little bit, but I found out a lot of it was wind. But you've got to make sure, if you're going to use a drop stitch floor, that your alignment is dead on, or you're going to be pulling left or right all day. Now, is it a horrible thing? No. You just got to keep paddling all the time. See, because right now, if I was to stop paddling, and it is straight as a dime because the wind quit. Now earlier, I was being pushed right because of the wind and the lightness of this craft. But the Ultralite is an awesome boat. So, to answer your question, can you put a drop stitch floor in the Ultralite? The answer is yes. Just make sure you have align tabs on it, and make sure that that doesn't become a problem out on the water. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you on the next one.